Hello and welcome to Grace.Filled. For those of you who are new and returning to my channel, I just want to say thank you. I truly appreciate you. This channel is all about inspiration, encouragement, motivation for your faith, for your life, for your home, for your homeschool, for your homestead. However, I noticed that I've gotten more discouraged with the homestead part. If you notice, I used to have homestead in the title, and I have slowly phased away from that. I don't tag anything homestead anymore. And today I thought that I would talk about homesteading. This is a video response to Homestead Tessie and to a lady over at Till House Farm. I can relate to what both of them have said in their videos. And I just want to share a little bit of my experience. I wanted to show my face first, and then I am going to show you some things around my homestead as I speak from my heart. Thank you for hearing what I have to say with love and grace. I noticed I don't fit the mold of what a typical homesteader looks like. And that's okay, because each of our journeys are so very unique to us. Unfortunately though, this led me to just pull away from the homestead title because I just didn't fit. But to me, it was okay because I don't do this to fit. I do this as a way of life. For me, it's not about a title, it's not about a show, it's not about how much I have or look at me. For me, it is a way for me to get to a debt-free, sustainable lifestyle that I want for me and for my family. We are on a debt-free journey and we are living frugally. And so that is why I love Homestead Tessie's channel so much, because she also lives in a mobile home and she's also all about being frugal and debt-free. And when I think of homesteading, I think of being frugal. I think of being wise. I think of using my hands for His glory to create and to do lots of amazing things. 2 years ago, we used to live in Maryland in a townhouse, and we sold our townhouse that was on 0.03 acres of land, and we moved to Virginia. Here in Virginia, we bought a manufactured home that was 2,300 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms on 6.22 acres of land. And although it was not the home of my dreams, although it was not what I wanted, when I was searching, this was actually all that I could find. And since I had prayed the prayer to Lord, open the doors for me and close the doors not for me, I took it as a sign as this was where we needed to be. It had all of the square footage that I needed. It was all the square footage that we had in our old house, and that was exactly what we wanted. We knew we needed to have at least 4 bedrooms and at least 2 bathrooms. So by us moving here, not only did we save over $1,000 per month on bills, but in a transaction of buying one house and selling one house, we were able to profit money that we put towards our debt. And that really was a big catalyst for us getting out of a lot of our debts. For those of you who might be new here, I have 5 children, 4 boys and 1 girl. I have a 5, 7, 9, 12, and 15-year-old. And I have cloth diapered 3 of my 5 children. I have nursed 9 years. I homeschool all of them. This is my 10th year homeschooling, and I think they are blessed. They have fresh meals daily. They're learning all kinds of skills. And I mean, there's just so many amazing things that I can say. I am a YouTuber. This is my 6th year of YouTubing. And I just want women to be encouraged, because motherhood can be overwhelming task, if I'm just being honest. trying to live frugally, to be debt-free, can be very hard. There's a lot of restrictions. There's a lot of things that you really have to deny yourself so you can focus on the bigger picture and what's most important. Living on a low, modest income for such a large family is hard, but I just want to be proof here that it can be done. And so that is why my channel is here, and that is why it exists. Sometimes it is saddening to me that I've been here for 6 years and I'm not monetized yet. My watch time is not up enough, but that's on me. YouTube goes by the past year, and for about 6 months last year, I had to work outside of the home due to my husband being unemployed, and I just did not make any videos. I was working 6 days a week, and I was commuting an hour and a half. And although I loved the person that I was working with and for, it was just a really hard time in my life because I missed being home with my children so much. I missed taking care of my home. I missed taking care of my children. I missed cooking. I missed even cleaning. As much as that, it's like, really, you miss cleaning? But in my videos and here on my channel, I really want to restore a joy and a beauty and a peace to homemaking. Not these frivolous videos where you're like, why did I watch that and why did I waste my time? But really something for you to sink your teeth into, and something that when you're having a bad day, you can walk away just feeling so amazing. That seriously is the purpose. I'm talking about the day-to-day. We think of homesteading and we think of it looking a certain way, but I want us to change that narrative, and I want us to focus on the inner. I want us to focus on the heart of homesteading, the day-to-day work, the laundry, the cooking, the cleaning, the thrifting, the canning, the growing, the gardening, the self-care, the animals. These are things that make a difference on the homestead, and these are things that really help. And while I understand that my situation is different in the fact that I do have acreage, and we have chickens, we have gardens, we have flowers for a small flower farm, but I don't have like a wooden stove or fireplace. I've been looking to see how I can convert the fireplace that we have into one. I just haven't figured it out yet. But honestly, it's unreasonable for us as a single income large family to do 80 to 90% of the projects that these big homestead channels are doing. And so I don't even try, because the reality is what you see on this channel is me and the kids and my husband doing at our own rate. We've only been on this property. In fact, we've been on this property less than 2 years, and we've been doing it ourselves, paying cash just as we are able to do a project. That's what we're doing. We don't have companies sponsoring us. We don't have people coming out doing it for us. We don't have other families come alongside of us to help us. And again, I'm not making any money from YouTube. All the time that I put into these videos, sometimes 30, 40 hours a week, it's all free. I don't gain from that. Well, I do, but not monetarily. So the point is, I'm a homesteader, and my homestead does not look like other people's. And that's okay, because I'm working on this debt-free journey. I am continuing to work out being a low-waste, sustainable lifestyle for our large family, being okay with having a smaller income, being okay with all we have. And at the end of the day, it's all with His grace anyway. But I don't want you to think that it's all like, oh, I have to give up so much, because I've gained so much. I've gained such an appreciation of life, of nature, of working with my hands, of the importance of being a homemaker, a homekeeper, the importance of really being a mom, the gift that it truly is. And not only that, but I know how to make soap, hot process and cold process, simple and absolutely beautiful. I know how to make bath bombs and bath scrubs and bath salts and bath teas and body sprays and candles and body butters. I know how to make these things. I know how to ferment food. I know how to pressure can. I know how to water bath. I know how to preserve food in these ways. I am working on sourdough bread, but I have just learned so much along the way. I know how to grow and harvest and cook my own foods. I know how to cook from scratch. I know how to do so many of these things that save money and that allow us to be able to live this life in this way. I get so many compliments on how beautiful my home is, but the entire thing is pretty much thrifted. I have learned to be content with what I have, and when I need something else, I've learned how to shop on a steep clearance or secondhand. But not only that, you'll see in some of the clips past, I've learned how to be a giver. I am constantly giving, and I'm constantly decluttering and constantly paying attention to what I'm bringing into my home and into the atmosphere that I set in my home, the tone of my home. Learning how to make candles. Again, beeswax candles. All these things are so important. And so for me, it's not this argument of, do I have an outbuilding? Do I live in a farmhouse specifically? Do I have all these lavish things? But it's more, what kind of home am I making? And what kind of legacy am I living? Am I making a difference in my life? Am I making a difference in my children's life? Am I being a light to others? That is what really matters. And I think these are the questions that really matter when we really talk about homesteading. And I want to point out that I have given so many kisses in this home. I've taken so many walks in this home. I've lit so many candles, read so many books, done so many loads of laundry. And honestly, it's all truly such a blessing. And to me, this is homesteading. And now I want to give a few frugal tips to you in case you want to become a homesteader, and or if you just want to really live a more frugal lifestyle. So the first thing is to grow your own food. Even when I lived on a townhouse, I still grew tons of food and flowers every single year, and it didn't matter. And that can be food, it could be food, flowers, it could be fruit, it could be medicine, even again on a small space. And I've actually helped someone who lived in an apartment also grow some food there as well. So we do have chickens. I know a lot of people like chickens and rabbits. If you have a lot of space, maybe other animals. Another tip is to bake your own breads. First of all, it warms up the house. You know that it's only using wholesome ingredients, and it helps cut the cost. I've already shared with you that I make my own candles. It's really simple. It's really easy. The children love to do it, and honestly, you just probably can't have enough of it, especially if you live in an area that gets snow like mine, where last year we had pretty much lost electric for a whole week. The next tip is just to live within your means. Like, just a simple life is okay. And if you don't have the money for something, don't worry about it. Now, something that I don't do that I should do is to use a clothesline. I actually use the dryer. We are a family of 7, so I pretty much use 1 load per day to maybe 2 loads per day. I've been asking my husband for a clothesline, and we have a difference of opinion with that. It's another story for another day. But along the lines of washing is to wash your clothes in cold water, because it can help you with your bill. You can make your own hand soap, dish soap, laundry detergent, cleaning supplies, and that really helps either. Another tip is to replace disposable paper towels and napkins by using reusable cloths. So we have cloth towels, cloth napkins, handkerchiefs. They absorb more, they feel better on the skin, they cost less, and it can be a fun project for your family. And you can do it for just pennies. cooking meals from scratch. I've kind of shown throughout this video just me cooking. Like, it's healthier ingredients. It's so much cheaper. My one son is dairy free. He's completely vegan. And I went to buy some vegan muffins and they were $6. And for that same $6 for those tiny baby muffins, I was able to make jumbo muffins and double the amount. And it was using Whole Foods. Shop the yard sales and thrift stores. You can really get some amazing bargains and deals. And I'm telling you, people give away stuff brand new with tags. I know, because I've been the recipient of it a lot. And then you saw in this video a lot where I am decluttering because I do give away a lot. Another tip is to preserve your own food. Again, I kind of talked about it, but fermentation, canning, dehydrating, freezing, these are all really great ways to preserve what you have. But another way that you can preserve, if you will, and just keep giving, is to make your own compost. So any of the scraps that you have can feed your healthy garden, and or you can give it to the rabbits or to the chickens, depending on what it is. Another tip is to make your own salads and salad dressings, like your own broth, whatever type of broth it may be, your own cheeses, your own butters, if you're able to do things like that. It just really helps you. If you can build a greenhouse, you can live in the growing season and save money that you would initially be having to buy all these things from the grocery store. And if you buy organic, like I prefer to do, it really, really adds up. So if you can buy in bulk, then you're able to stock your pantry with bulk size staples. You're able to have an emergency supply, and you're most likely to get a better deal. You're more likely able to get a better bang for your buck. And speaking of that, if you have leftovers, make sure that you eat them. Like, pack them for the next day for your spouse for lunch, give them to the kids, add them into a soup, or freeze them for another day. Seed saving. Oh my gosh, you can save a lot on gardening by saving your own seeds and then starting your own plants the next year. Reduce and reuse everything that you can, because at the end of the day, it's about protecting this earth that we have been given as well. So the next thing is going to kind of be together. They don't necessarily go together, but let's put them together. Make your own entertainment and your own gifts. So like, we do a lot of board games. We do a lot of read alouds and things like that, because the children love that. But I have a drummer, I have one who plays the piano, one who sings, so I have a lot of talent here. And when you think about gifts and stuff, homemade gifts really show how much you appreciate someone. And honestly, I would prefer certain homemade gifts over anything that you can store buy. So I think it really just depends on the person, but not just the gifts, but the cards, gift wraps, all those things really can be handmade and just save a lot of time and money, but even more so be customized specifically to the person and just really be something that is beautiful, such a beautiful gift to give. So another tip that I can give you is, if you're gonna go shopping, I should have said this earlier, but if you're gonna go shopping, go ahead and shop from a list. If you're shopping from a list, it really helps you remember what you need, and it kind of helps you avoid those impulse purchases, because honestly, I think we all have those moments. So these are just a few tips that I think will really help you. These are some tips that have helped me, and I hope this video gives you a different perspective of the life of a homesteader. Not all homesteaders look the certain way, are designed a certain way. Not all homesteaders have the same amount of financial abilities, and a homestead may not be, your typical farmhouse. So just keep in mind and be mindful when you're looking at people and when you're judging, you don't really know the full story, and that you can make a path towards a more homesteading lifestyle if that's something that you want. And you don't have to let any of these typical traditional what you see from the big YouTubers deter you, because I've just given you some tips, and you can implement all those tips even in an apartment and be your own type of homesteader. So I appreciate you taking the time to watch this. I hope that it encourages, inspires, motivates, or just gets you to think outside the box in some capacity or another. I always say here on my channel, and my channel is proof that you can do a lot with a little. And until the next video, blessings.